Okay, I'm trying this again. Where's that buzz sticking out there? Look at that shit. Alright, I think I figured out why my videos keep fucking up, other than the spirits. For those of you who don't know, I made a series of 5 videos. Actually, I just did 2 more. And they keep getting fucked up. They keep getting corrupt file error or something, and the videos are fucked up. And I've redone them like a whole bunch of times now. So I think the problem is the SD card in the phone. So I switched the storage, so hopefully it's going to work this time. It's late, I'm tired. My husband's sick in bed. But I really wanted to get this one out there. Now I did do this whole, like I said, series of 5 videos. I went into all kinds of subjects and everything, but this one was the last one that I did. Helping out the state of Georgia. And I did all the nicey ones first, and then I did this one because that's just the way it is. And I'm here, I'm tired. Obviously, I don't care. I don't have any makeup on. And I'll tell you, I'm not here to impress people. I'm not here to make people like me. I've seen people, a couple people, you know, I changed my profile picture and everyone, a couple people said, oh, we thought you was an old lady. Because they couldn't see my face in my other picture. They just saw the gray hair. And I'm going to tell you something. I'm not a kid. I'm not no crone. But I'm not a kid. And I'm here as I am. Ain't got my teeth in. I don't even care what you think about me. Because I'm the real deal. I don't care. So that out of the side, if you can get past my appearance, I wanted to put out a message to everyone that I am not your friend. I'm not your friend. I get 28 to 30 friend requests a day. I probably get 8 to 12 to 15 personal messages a day. And I'm not going to accept them. And don't take it personal. It's just the way it is, because I'm not your friend. You don't know me, I don't know you. I could be the enemy. You could be the enemy. I don't know. Who knows? It's a problem with social media nowadays. And I want to, y'all should practice this too, because I tell you what, these people out there, boy, they'll pretend to be your friend, and those are the ones you gotta watch. They send you a friend request and you let them in. Now they got access to all your shit. They get your full name, your birthday, where you live, how old you are, your family's name, your mom's name, your dad's name, maiden name, all that information that someone would need. And not that they couldn't get it anyway, but don't hand it to them. At least make them work for it, right? But you gotta watch. You just gotta watch who you're letting in, boy. You could let the enemy in. That's a good way to do it. Just accepting friend requests from random people you don't know. So yeah, I know some people recognize, and a lot of people out there looking for help. And I'll tell you what, this is why I recently started doing my Who Do a Day post, because I'm trying to help people. And I'm doing these videos because I'm trying to help people. And I'm doing this because it's what I'm supposed to do. And I will tell you about a dream I had last week, my very powerful dream my ancestor sent me. I won't tell you the whole thing because a lot of it's symbolic for me, but I was in a temple room, and it was like a white marble temple with pillars, marble pillars, and everything. At first when I got in there, I thought I was in Greece or Rome or something. That's what it reminded me of, like a Roman temple. And I walked around the pillars. They were in a square shape, and I walked around them to the opening, and in the opening there was a whole bunch of seated statues inside the square, okay? And they were white marble statues like you'd see in Greece or Rome, and they were all seated in these white marble chairs. Picture the statue at the Abraham Lincoln Memorial, something like that, white marble seated statue. And there was obviously a more important one in the center. He was bigger than all the other ones, and at the time, I thought it was Zeus or Jupiter or some kind of Grecian Roman god, because I thought in a Grecian Roman temple. And I noticed there was an empty chair. And amongst all the statues, there was a marble chair with no statue in it. And immediately, when I noticed this empty chair, the main guy in the middle, the big guy, kind of lifted his hand and went like this. And as soon as he did that, I turned into a white marble statue. But I could still move. I could move, I could talk, I could, just like I am now, except I was a white marble statue. And as soon as that happened, and I looked down and saw I was a white marble statue, I said, oh, well, that must be my seat over there. So I went to go take the seat, and he put up his hand and he stopped me, and he informed me that I'm not allowed to take that seat, that there are tasks and trials that have been given to me, and they gave me them in my dream. They told me my tasks and my trials, some of them anyway, and I actually performed a couple of them in my dreams, but the first one was to help people. And obviously when I woke up, I mean, the message was quite clear after I woke that this was not a Grecian Roman temple. These were not deities, Grecian gods. These were my ancestors. And the message was quite clear that I will not be allowed to take my seat with my ancestors unless I complete the tasks that were set forth for me to complete. And that is the whole reason I started doing what I've been doing this week, and I'm doing this series of videos. I don't know how many I'll do. I'm trying to help people, and the ones that I'm supposed to help will find me, will find this stuff. So that's why I'm doing it. I'm not doing it because I'm your friend. I'm doing it because that's what I'm supposed to do, and I need to do to take my seat with my ancestors when I die and become a white marble statue. So, yeah, I'm not your friend. This is my dog, who just wants to be in the camera, apparently. Hey, buddy. You can say hi to everybody. Yeah. He's a good boy. Anyway. What was I talking about now? My dog distracted me. Okay, so, yeah, I'm not your friend. And I get the private messages, and I'll tell you what, I'm not gonna even acknowledge them. Okay? There have been a few people in the past. Well, first let me say, I don't do work for people unless you are my family or you are a very close friend. Very close. You will never see me advertising myself to do works. You will never see me charging for readings. You will never see me offer myself for anything. And let me tell you something else. You people that are doing this shit, you better be getting paid for it. You don't give your shit away for free. And neither do I. Do you work for free? Do you go to your job all day and work and don't get paid for it? If someone come in your house and said, oh, I want this, I want that, let me have it, would you give it away for free? Don't do that shit. That's just vampires sucking your energy out. I don't give my shit away, especially don't give it away for free. What I give because it's what I'm supposed to do. Just take it for what it is and don't ask for more. Be humble. Always be humble about everything. I did a whole video. I did a whole series of videos on being humble and ego and balance and justice. I did a whole series of videos and they all got fucked up. But yeah, always be humble. So there have been cases in the past where people have private messaged me, and I'm pretty good at reading people when they come to me, and I can tell if they are in dire need. If, example, it's a life and death situation, I will try and help them. If it's not, don't come to me. I'm not your friend. I ain't going to help you. I ain't going to give shit away for free. And you can't pay me to do it for you because I don't offer services. So just don't do it. Just take what I give you and learn from it. And don't ask for seconds. Anyway, now that I got that out, and you guys realize that I'm not your friend, I want to talk about all you ones that are out there, especially the ones, oh lordy, if you see someone post on social media a picture of wax, what does my wax mean? Does this mean anything? Read my wax. Can somebody read this? And especially if they say, I did this work for a client. Can anybody read this wax and tell me what it means? Oh Lord. If you see somebody posting something, asking for help reading their work, their own work, and they're doing work for clients, my God, don't pay that person to do work for you. Oh, God. And I'll tell you, if you can't read your own work, if you can't read your candle wax, don't do it. Don't do candle work if you can't read it. If you don't know what it means, if you don't know how to work it, don't do it. You guys have it so easy in this Google internet age, man. You can just Google this shit. It is so easy. Take a day, take 3 days and research how to read candle wax. That's all there is to it. Take a little bit of time, do a little bit of work, and figure out how to read your own shit, or don't do it. This is so irritating to me. Sorry. I mean, my candle holders that I use, I have directions precisely marked. I have runes written on them. I have everything done so I know when that wax comes down. I know the exact direction it's running. I know what that direction means. I know what the certain, things that might pop up in the shapes of the candle wax, what it means. I know what it means, what the flame is doing while it's working. I know what that means. If you don't know what it means, don't do it. Don't ask others to do your work for you. It is called work. It is called work for a reason, and it's because it's hard. It's hard work, and you need to study and study and study and research whatever you're thinking about doing, and don't do it until you know what you're doing. I gotta pause this. Alright, I'm back. I showed my stove was over boiling. I forgot I even put it on there. See, I'm not young. Okay, the other thing I wanted to talk about was honey jars and jars in general. I don't know what happened. I think some well-known conjure hoodoo person or something did a YouTube video about honey jars, and now that's all anybody does. I don't understand it. I don't know what's going on. It's all anybody sees. It's all anybody does. It's all anybody knows. Honey jar. Honey jar for everything. My friend's depressed. I'm going to do a honey jar on him. Oh, my daughter tried to commit suicide. I'm going to do a honey jar on her. Oh, I want to open my road. I'm going to do a honey jar. Oh, I want some quick money. I'm going to do a honey jar. Let me tell you something. I don't have anything against honey jars. I don't have anything against jar work in general. I have done jar work. But there is very specific use and time, especially for jar work. Let me tell you about jar work. If you do a work in a jar, it is very slow to manifest, but it's very long lasting. So for example, if you want fast money, you don't want to put it in a jar. Jars work very slowly, and especially a honey jar. The premise of that alone. Think if you're pouring honey, think of how slow that honey pours. It is a very long time to manifest that kind of work. That being said, I can only think of 3 reasons ever to do a honey jar. The whole purpose and premise of a honey jar is to sweeten someone towards you. That's it. That's the only use for it. It's not to sweeten someone on themselves because they're depressed. It's not for any of those other reasons. So the three instances I can think of is if obviously you like someone. You might want a relationship with this person. You might just want them to like you back. And see where it goes from there. Honey jar. Second reason, you have a boss or a manager who's always on your case, always on your shit, doesn't like you, gives you shit jobs, just treats you like crap. Honey jar, so they're sweet on you and they like you better. Third reason is the one that I done, the only honey jar I've ever done in my entire career, life. In-laws. If your in-laws do not like you, you can do a honey jar on them. And here is a valid lesson I want to give out to you guys. And I did, like I said, I did a whole series of videos, and I will redo them, maybe tomorrow. I don't know, see if I'm going to catch this sickness from my husband first. See, I ain't young, I just lost my train of thought. I did a whole series, oh, my in-laws, yes, that's where I was. You must really contemplate and think about a work before you do it. Emotions are great when it comes to work, especially when you can recall them at a time when you need to do the work, to have that emotion with you. But you shouldn't do work when you're emotional. When we are angry, when we are hurt, we do not think clearly, and we act rashly. We react instead of reflect, and that's wrong. You always, before you do any work, you need to sit down and you need to really think about it. Number one, think about, especially if you're that kind of person, oh, this person pissed me off, oh, they hurt my feelings, I'm gonna fling hexes and curses everywhere. If you're this kind of person, especially on social media, my God, if you're this kind of person, first when you're going to do a work, you got to think about, is this person worth my energy and my time? Time and energy is about the most precious thing on this planet. And to give your time and energy to something, to fling a hex and put all that energy into it, is someone, it's such a waste of time. It's such a waste of energy. It is not. You gotta really think about that shit before you do it. And here is my example when I was talking about in-laws in the honey jar, okay? My mother-in-law used to love me. I was her best friend. I was the greatest thing that ever walked the earth until I got sick. And I wasn't able to do things for her anymore. Now I'm a piece of crap. Now she doesn't like me and I'm just a horrible person who doesn't care or anything else, and she's crotchety all the time and she talks shit about me all the time. So I had this whole plan. I was gonna do a shut the fuck up on her with reversal and reflection so she could see herself and see how miserable she is, and she makes everybody else around her miserable, and see, because she's selfish, what she does to other people. I had this whole thing planned, and 3-4 months it took me to get all the things together that I wanted to use in this work. And after all these months and thinking about it all the time and what I was going to do, really, oh, I'm going to get her, you know. When the time finally came and I had everything together and everything I needed and I went to do the work, something just didn't feel right. And I talked about this on another video, and I'll redo it because I had to throw it away, it was no good, about justice and balance and all this stuff. The work did not feel right. So instead of jumping into it, I sat down and thought about it again for another 2-3 days. And all of a sudden, a light bulb went off and it dawned on me that this woman is very elderly. she's getting dementia. She has many health issues, and she's sick all the time. And it just dawned on me, you know, when you're sick, when you don't feel good, you're grumpy all the time. It's true for anybody. If you get sick, you're freaking grumpy. You're crotchety. You snap at people because you're sick and you don't feel good. Everybody does it. And when I realized this, I completely tossed the idea of the work I was going to do on her, and I turned it into a honey jar with a lot of healing in it. And it worked like a charm. She calls me all the time, and as sweet as can be, and tells me how she feels better. She don't know why, but gosh, she just feels so much better. So really think about what you do before you do it. Before you react, reflect. That's about it. I had done one a couple minutes ago, and there was all these orbs floating all over the place. It was incredible. And again, the video didn't turn out. My spirits do not like being on video, and apparently they don't like me being on video very much either and talking about this stuff because my videos keep getting fucked up. So hopefully this one worked. I hope there's no hard feelings. Oh, and 20 minutes. One more thing, and I'm gonna use this, and if you're watching this, you know it's you, and shout out to you, hun. Private thing. If you're on social media, you make a post, you make a comment, you know, something, and somebody gets real mad about it, man, and they jump down your throat and they get all defensive and about what you said, and you wasn't talking about them, all that means is the shoe fits. And I'll tell you what, there ain't no better way to make an enemy, there ain't no better way to piss people off than to speak the truth. Because people do not like to hear the truth. And when you're speaking truth, even if it has nothing to do with them, if it resonates in here, if it hits home, and it pisses them off, it just means the shoe fucking fits, man. The shoe fucking fits. And they gotta wear that shit, because it fits. So don't take that shit personal. That's their own private shit. Because you hit something, you hit a chord, you struck something in them that was truth, that they didn't want to deal with. Okay, that ends this video. Hopefully I'll be doing a couple more, and we'll see where it goes. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, share.